Hello, how's it going? How's it going? I do run around the room. I do my warm-up laps around the room. How's it going, trees? Hello, Pam. How's it going, Alibaba? I like that puddling around. I like that. Oh, piddle. Even better. Awesome. I hope everyone's having a great day. I hope everyone's well. Yay. Hello. I feel like I'm gonna say some evil plan for Inspector Gadget right now. I'm just missing a cat and a metal hand. Just grab my glasses. Awesome. How's it going? Welcome to the Godless Sewing channel. I hope everyone's doing well. And to anyone watching this in the future, thank you. I thank you. So today I did a few extra steps early and I went downtown. I purchased a few things. I went and saw my friend because I'm really not trying to go downtown this weekend, but we'll see how that works out. I say that, but best laid plans, yada yada. I end up downtown. Well, the real story is that I had to take young Mr. Sewing needed an educational. I have no excuse. I took my son downtown and I found fake Fendi too. I love how Pam's like, show us the good. But this weekend I will not be going. I'm going to go in a different direction. I was thinking of going towards the ocean. I live in a very large area. Thought it was going to be a trip downtown. Hey, Phoenix. Yay. Hello. I don't even have notes today. I've been running around like a crazy person. This one is all off the cuff. If there's any topics you'd like to bring up, anybody that you'd like to start a fight with, just please don't do it here. But I do have the magic. So when I say like, oh, I purchased fake Fendi, all the knockoffs. The print I got is to make fake bags, like literal fake clutches. So it's gonna be hilarious because I'm gonna combine all the pieces and make a fake Fendi t-shirt. I'm gonna form everything together like Voltron. Let's see if my angles are working. Howdy. I so quietly, maybe I will have not I will have a not live stream. Awesome. Yeah, it's actually been crazy around here in the house of sewing. And because I was not playing when I wouldn't feel right walking around with Jesus on my back. So this thing is huge. I went and got this. Look, she's smiling. I have never in my life seen a Lady of Guadalupe smiling. There's got to be something extremely blasphemous. And this guy looks like he's throwing out the peace signs. So I'm gonna on the back of one of my Godless Sewing vests, my smiling friend is gonna go on the back there. It is supposed to be Mary, but a lot of these patches that I buy, they're like weirdly blasphemous. Like, I've never in my life seen Mary smiling. But I bought quite a few patches. Of course, I bought more recycled flowers. I'm gonna put that around one of my vests. But I found this patch. I'm gonna throw this on one of my riding vests. I'm so stoked. It was actually young Mr. Sewing who spotted this, and it was like the last one left, I think. And I wish Butterfly was here because I found this humongous butterfly. And because I'm in my good taste hands definitely chose that one. He was like, "Hey, that's a sewing machine." I was like, "Good eye, kid." I always say good eye, but that's just because I played too much baseball as a kid. And looking at myself, my hat, you know what? I'm going to wear my hat like this because it's weirdly off anyways. Oh, he was all stoked. He's like, look. And I was like, heck yeah, that's awesome. And because I'm into making ridiculous capes right now, I want everybody to collectively laugh as I pull. Oh, look at that. Look at that. They had BMW, they had Mercedes, and I chose the Sequins Jaguar. Oh, the butterfly is awesome. The butterfly is absolutely awesome, and it's huge. The funny thing is, I'm buying these for $2 or $3 a pop. This would go for $15 on Amazon. So it's worth the drive downtown. You'll have to keep track of that butterfly to show it. I keep all my new stuff over here. When this stream is over, I know I say this every week, but I'm not going to go that long tonight. I know those are always my last words, and I'm standing in the street with road flares, but I'm not going to go that long tonight. I'm not trying to do another 5-hour stream. I'll save that for Saturday, but we'll see how it goes. The Jaguar patch is awesome. The white ones just seemed like I don't do well with white clothes in general, says the man wearing a white denim shirt right now. These are all sequins. They have a Benz one too, Phoenix. Maybe 5 hours. This is all made with sequins. Every single piece here is a sequin. This thing is awesome. And they sell them at really reasonable prices too. I think because in downtown Los Angeles, you're going to the place where they make these. You get them for a much, much cheaper. The smiling Mary, though, still makes me laugh. That is going on the back. I'm going to remove the cat, and that's going up. That is it. That's just semi-content Mary makes me laugh. But before we get any more offensive, this program is for entertainment purposes only, and the content is not intended to malign any race, religion, company, individual, or wigs. All opinions expressed by Godless Sewing and program participants are solely their personal views and do not reflect the opinions of every human being on planet Earth. And I hope everyone has a lovely evening flying Godless Sewing Airlines. And here at Godless Sewing Airlines, we have exits on both sides. And for those who speak Spanish, that's a la izquierda and derecha. I hope everyone has a great evening. And you know what? I heard the food car is going to be open early this evening. So I hope everyone has a great night. So I'm going to go crazy with the patches. I know. I'm trying not to go for another 5-hour stream. And I'll tell you why. It's because I can't wake up in the morning and go to work and be loud. I have to be all manly and drive a tractor and be able to yell over machines and stuff. And I'm slowly losing my voice and mind. It's a race at the same time. You know what? I'm gonna save my fake Fendi for last because it's super fake Fendi. And the guy even told me, he's like, this is a knockoff. Don't tell people where you got it. I got it from my guy, the guy that's in all my videos, all my shorts. But so I don't know if anyone remembers the candy striper jacket. I purchased I asked this man for 4 yards and he gives me like 11. But the candy striper material I used was more canvas. And it was actually more red as well. This is white and red and it stretches. This is extremely stretchy material. So I'm going to go off with this. This screams turtleneck. This just screams turtleneck. He gave me so much. He gave me so much of that fabric. Just finished eating food. You know what? I'm not particularly hungry because young Mr. Sewing and I went to IHOP because we're classy. We went to IHOP. And as usual, I went off because I like that place. All right. So I got the stretchy material. You know, I'm one of those people. Where you walk in their house and there's a trashy horse statue. That's me. This is extremely stretchy as well. I think I'm starting to figure out like the bins and where all the fabric is, but these are upside down horses. I'm in my cape era right now, but I have 4 yards of this. I'm not kidding you when I say he gave me like 11 yards. He literally walks half the hallway and just cuts it. So I have a ton of this material. Ooh, fish and rice. Oh, now I'm hungry. Oh. Reminds me of cave art. I love it. I love that. Ooh, fish and rice. Awesome. Awesome. Iron skillets. Do you know there's an iron skillet, but it's like literally a drive up a mountain. Literally, I'd have to drive halfway to Bakersfield to go find the nearest iron skillet. Reminds me of cave art. I love that. I love that, Alibaba. I have to stop myself though because I want to turn everything into a sweatshirt. I need to hang it all up and just go in the sweater making business, huh? Maybe that's just the I didn't want to say it. You know, I was going to say, yeah, it takes me back too. It takes me back. Oh, okay. So for a while, I've been saying like, oh, in downtown LA, you can buy bootleg this or that. And in the bottom of a pile, I found this. And the guy told me that this is a template to make clutches. I'm going to... And you're saying, what's that crazy fake design? This is fake Fendi. Oh, hold on. I'm turning it the wrong way. And the guy, I said, how much a yard for this? And he's like, well, I can't pay you to take it. Sounds way funnier in Spanish. But I got this for 50 cents a yard. And it's not stretchy. It's super fake Fendi. So I'm going to cut every single one of those designs out and make a Fendi something. I haven't decided yet, though. But fake Fendi for the win. You know what? I have an idea. I have ideas. Should I just make a giant pair of sunglasses? Fake Fendi sunglasses? I could make 100 different hats with that. I'm excited. The one thing I like about the fake Fendi material is that it's extremely well made. And I know why. I know why, because they're trying to sell it as a knockoff. But this is extremely well made. And a lot of the stuff nowadays is like athletic wear, you know. So I'm gonna form that thing to make something beautiful. I just haven't figured out what yet. Sorry, I'm way behind on the chat. I apologize. Maybe that's just Gene's talking. Hilarious. Well, Stretch has. I could use another clutch. I have miles of that fake Fendi stuff. A hat, definitely a hat. And it's good for shaping. And if anything else, I can use it to line a coat. Just don't tell anyone it's fake Fendi. Not a hula hoop bag from Chanel with the fake Fendi fabric. No, the hula hoop bag from Chanel. I like it. I love it. That's a good idea, actually, Phoenix. I like it. I like it. Awesome. Awesome, Commander. How are you? How are you? Oh, what was I? Oh, okay. So I have a question because I need some advice. I'm gonna cut out the shapes. I'm going to cut out my godless sewing shapes. I'm gonna cut sequins out. So this is the exact same size as my godless sewing cape. Let me grab it. Why am I talking about it when it's right here? So I have the original templates for this cape, which are these. So should I cut my sequins out and sew around it? I was gonna go get fabric adhesive, but I forgot. So should I hand sew it or should I machine sew it? Is the real question. Because I'm gonna cut my shapes out, but I haven't decided what I should do. Also, I was thinking about making a tunic if I have time, but cutting sequins is a job all to itself. How's it going, Commander? Hello, hello. This thing is huge. I always jokingly say that thing looks like a Confederate wedding dress, but it does in a lot of ways. So I'm gonna add some sequins on it, and I was thinking about going crazy, but on that with sequins and stuff. But I really like the way how the cape looks. I made it for a reason, so I'm gonna stick to the plan, and I'm gonna cut out my shapes. Do you want a patch sewn though? It hand if you don't want that look. That's true. Because if you look really closely on my cape, you can see the lines that I had to sew to connect the G and the S. So and this entire time I was planning to cover it in sequins. And now that I'm in my sequins era, I am coming back and finishing the job. Awesome. Awesome. I didn't even look up to see what day it is. I figured everyone's tired of that. I took young Mr. Sewing downtown today because I wanted him to see like the hustle and bustle of the city, you know? We actually, he goes to Hollywood a lot with his mom. He's been all over LA, but he rarely goes downtown. So I took him downtown to show him what happens when you play your Oculus too much. Oh. I might have enough room to cut the shapes out right here. Oh, it is muggy. Look, I look like I've gone swimming. It is extremely humid in Southern California. Oh. You know what? I think I have more than enough room to cut it here. Oh, man. Okay. But the store that I wanted to go to closed at 3 o'clock. And, in the morning, we have things to do. We have lives, we have rushing around to do. It was a complete mess. So we made it downtown before 3 o'clock, which was just insane. I went on every side street I could. Oh, excuse me. But eventually I made it. And we went off at the pad shop. We went, the funny thing is, the lady saw me and she's like, I like this guy. Because she knows that I'm not playing around when it comes to buying stuff. It's funny to see people's reaction when she saw me a few weeks ago. She was like following me around. And now when I walk in, she's like, be our guest, be our guest. It's funny. It's funny how money and time changes things with people. All right. One of the reasons I'm moving everything here is because I don't want to cut my phone cord. And for people who live on the edge, such as I do, I have coffee on my desk. I have my phone cord, everything on my sewing table. And for the record, I plugged in my dressmaker and it shut down everything on this side of the room. So I have to find a different plug when I use my dressmaker because it pulls an enormous amount of power while sewing. All right. Eventually, I will find the end of this. I hope everyone's having a great week. If not, you can watch me stumble and bumble and try to figure out how to make a G and an S. All right, we'll start with the S. Let me move my angle. I think if I cut around this, it's easier to get more intricate. My cameras were not working earlier, so we'll see how. Oh, that one's working. That's cool. All right. Now I just have Be Our Guest stuck in my head. Oh, that's just a blue screen. I wonder where that camera goes. Oh, that's funny. Well, now I know that camera doesn't work. All right. I'm using a little bit more caution than I did last week because I almost took my finger off live on YouTube. And like I said, then you want to be infamous for a lot of things, not for chopping your finger off. All right. I have a feeling this is either going to come out really well or this is just going to be a disaster. But I want the G and the S on my Godless Sewing cape to shine. So we'll see. But for anyone who's ever has anyone ever traced sequins? is my real question. Okay. Not too much of a disaster so far. I'm just doing it the pirate way and just cutting it out piece by piece. Perfect. We'll see how this looks when I'm done. Do you know with a good rotary tool you can it's amazing what you can do even with a dull one. All right. Let's see how that came out. Beautiful. All right. Perfect. Perfect. This is a job for me. Everything else around it is a job for my vacuum. Oh, that's perfect. I really didn't think that was going to come out at all. And it did. It came out perfect. Okay. So I'm going to put this on the desk behind me. Perfect. All right, on to the next step. This room glows in the dark anyways. Like I said, I hope everyone's having a good week. I'm deciding to add some sequins to my godless sewing cape. I have quite a few patches. I'm probably going to replace my cat patch with a Lady of Guadalupe because I found a hilarious patch today. So I'll be adding that to my godless sewing patch. And I'm thinking about moving over to my tunic pattern because at this point, Mimi G should be paying me. And because she's not, it's time to start on a new pattern. Oh man, there's a ton of stuff here. And you know what? I've gained a ton of experience from using that pattern, but I literally have used the same pattern over and over for 2 years. So it's time to move on to greener pad. Well, to something else. It's not even better. It's just moving on. Because doing the same thing over and over and over is the true definition of insanity, right? Oh. Perfect. No, the same thing over, but expecting. True. Very true. Very true. I like to change things up. Like, I'm not going to go downtown this weekend. And I keep on saying that, but I'm more or less speaking to myself because I think I've burnt it out. And there's quite a few other things that I can be doing. And I need to finish my pre-record, which will be out in a day or two. I had some technical difficulties with my computer, but after turning it off and on a few times, it's working again. Okay. Perfect. So, you guys do not think I should hand sew this, huh? Or I should machine sew it. Machine always does make it 10 times faster when you're working on a project like this. But there we go. I'm trying not to make the shapes too distinct because it needs to go over something completely. Okay. Perfect. Beautiful. All right. You think I should hand sew it? Yeah, I agree with you. I think I should hand sew it as well. Won't show on the lining really, or could be sewn like that. You're right. You're right. And one of the reasons I'm doing this is to cover up the gray stitch that's on it already. All right. Perfect. So I have my shapes cut. Now I'm going to grab my cape. Switch my angles. Earlier today, my camera wasn't working, and I have no idea what it was, but I did the old school thing of turning everything off and then turning it back on, and all of a sudden it magically started working again. All right. Do you know, it's good to go back and finish old projects. There was a lot of things that I started not having the experience. And now that I do, it's good to go back and improve them. And in a lot of ways, finish a lot of projects that I started. This in particular is something that I absolutely fell in love with. This is my cape, but even in the lighting, you really can't see the GS, you know? So adding sequins is going to be awesome on this. All right. I always hear people talking about I lost my sojo. I need to get my sojo back. I have so many projects that I don't have time to lose my sojo because I have so many projects. Should see how it looks over the gray. I bet it will nicely shade it dark. I put a test piece up yesterday and I'm really curious to see how it looks finally cut out. Oh, that looks perfect. You know what? Some of the gray might be showing, but that's okay. Like I always say, if you can't fight it, feature it. This is what I was a little bit in fear of. I should have cut it a little bit over, but that's okay. And my new tradition is losing my pin cushions. I really have to think about this. Did I walk in the house with them? Did I walk around with them? Oh, there they are. So something like this, I'm gonna throw a ton of pins in this because the second I pick it up, it has no integrity, so it'll go flying everywhere. I'm slowly starting to figure out the secret of working with sequins, but I'm having a good old time doing this. I have projects sitting on my sewing table that I've started, but I haven't finished yet. I have a I took this thing from Phoenix, but it's literally the bad kids corner. There's a vest I need to line. There's all kinds of projects that I have to finish. And as time goes on, I'm like, oh, I actually know how to do that more efficient now. Because there are certain projects I started and they look good. But like I skipped a corner on a cuff or some rookie move. And now that I know what I'm doing, I try to go back and improve those. But this was something that I absolutely love and I like wearing it too. Don't get me started on the bad kid corner. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And you got me inspired to go in the bad kid corner and bring them out, educate them. And this was a project that I've been trying to finish for a long time. Hey, Joy, how's it going? Hello, hello, hello. Yay. I'm adding sequins on my cape. Oh my God, the sewing cape. I used to jokingly call this my Confederate wedding dress, but I'm adding sequins to my cape because I'm slowly going back and finishing all my unfinished and old projects. Yay, hello, Joy. Hello, hello. Yay. They have spent time contemplating life. Totally. Totally. I still feel guilty for that vest. I made a vest. For everyone knows, I'm a vest guy. I love wearing vests. And I made a vest and I don't know what was wrong with me that day, but I utterly and completely messed up the cut. So the left side is 10 times bigger than the right. Yay! Hello. Hello, Waternay. I won't say that too loud. Hello, Waternay. I hope your headache gets better. But this is something that I've been trying to finish for a very long time. And now that I am sequins crazy and I know what I'm doing kind of. All right. Now, actually no, I have a hook above my head where I can hang this cape so I don't have to do the Betsy Ross thing with sitting it on my lap. Why? Procrastination at its finest. I oh, I have a whole procrastination corner. And you know, the funny thing is, I now know I can fix that vest by just edging the side and making sure that it's longer than the other side, you know. I could totally even it out. But back then I was like, "Oh, I cut it wrong. I quit." Yay. Hello, Waternay. Hello, hello. This is actually going to come out well. Perfect. All right. There's quite a few. I have quite a few projects that I have started and not finished yet. That's why every week I try to come out here and finish something. But one night I'm gonna have the button palooza because there's about 15 jackets that I need to put buttons or zippers on. Judge me. I said 15. I know. I'm waiting. Now it looks like it blends at this angle. No sparkle. I'm almost I almost have this pin. It's gonna look great, and I'll show it to you. My lighting is extremely strange. I need to work on that. I have a ton of drop lights. Yeah, the G is kind of big, but that's okay. That's okay. It's kind of, I can stretch that out. Like I said, if you can't fight it, feature it. All right, there's some more pins in that. I've learned over the years that there are certain projects that you do not overpin, but something like this is definitely something you should overpin. All right. Hey, Commander. Siegfried and Roy thumbnail. That was a shame. One of them got killed by by one of the giant cats. I think the cat in the picture was the one that did it. I think the cat in the picture is the one that finally put him out of his misery. But if you think about it, he died what he loved doing, like Dale Earnhardt. For some things, I like the washable. I like the washable tape. What do you mean, Waternay? Are you talking about Oh, are you talking about me pinning and overpinning? I was looking for adhesive today, but I didn't find anything that wouldn't give me an utter and complete asthma attack. That I would have to do this live stream like in my backyard. Oh, sorry. I've gained some weight and sitting at that angle is like doing sit-ups. All right. Perfect. That one's running. I'll have to redo that. That's okay. Oh, the sewing tape is so you don't have to push pins. Oh, okay. Glue stick. I do. Can I use Elmer's? I was thinking about that. What kind of because I have a ton of school supplies, but I don't know if you can use plain old like Elmer's glue stick for sequins. Now I'm curious. Now I'm extremely try it. Yes, yes. Okay. I have a ton of sequins and I have tons of Elmer. Those are definitely two things I already have in my house. Try it. Yes, yes. If it washes out so it works. Oh, well, for positioning a patch or oh, okay, watering. I didn't know that. If Elmer's is good enough to conceal your eyebrows, it may be fine for so. You know what? I need that because my hair is getting thick. Oh, my camera's off. I definitely need some Elmer's for my eyes. My eyebrows are so long they like sag over into my eyelashes. All right. Perfect. Perfect. Elmer's glue is incredibly washable. This sequence will not last a single washing. That's what I was thinking. Because they make that stuff so your kid could eat it and put it on their clothes, smear it on the wall, and it won't hurt anybody. You could wipe it off of any surface. Now I'm really gonna do an experiment with Elmer's glue. I'm extremely curious now. Use it to position the item flat. Then you sew it around how as you normally would. Okay. So we're not like throwing some Elmer's on the leather coat and slapping a patch and walking away. Oh, right. Much like painting and sewing, pinning takes longer than the actual sewing. Sometimes, depending on what you're doing. Yep. Yep. Helps it hold it down for sewing. It's so that you don't have things shifting when you try to pin and things don't wrap themselves from the pins. I think that would gunk up the shuttle fast. I learned that the hard way with oh my gosh, with really cheap Velcro. I don't care if you hand sew it, if you needle sew it, it gunks up so fast. It makes your machine inoperable. And as far as hand sewing, you would literally have to clean it with every stroke with alcohol. But that's only the cheap. I've never dealt with the good stuff. I've only dealt with the cheap stuff. I have a ton of Velcro in this room that I'm scared to use as far as Velcro that has any kind of adhesive. I use it for earthquake stuff rather than clothes because I know eventually it'll just come off with clothes. They make a tape especially for sewing. Laugh a lot, all blah blah. I was pinning and guessing the gunking comment. And with the glue, you let it dry before you sew, so it won't be sticky. Water day. You know me. You know I am one of the most impatient human beings on planet Earth. That reminds me. I have to flip my sign over. I have to flip my 0 days since an accident. I got in a car accident. And because I'm fully insured, I forgot about it. I got in a car accident yesterday in Los Angeles. It will be fine. I'm gonna totally experiment with it. I got in a car accident yesterday. Oh no, not good. That sucks. I'm such a doofus sometimes. It was because of my impatience. And if my insurance company is listening, it's all on film and it's still the other person's fault. I videotaped the whole thing. I have a dash cam. It's not a long story, but I'm on this kick of my son needs to get out of the house. You're not allowed to be pale in my house. So we go walking all the time. And I've been taking him on trails. We've been going on hikes. And I took him way out to where you can see the planes fly over from the Van Nuys airport. It's a great place to walk. We had a great time. When we were coming home, there's this one street where everybody bunches up on. Okay. I was being impatient and I went around a truck, but this truck, which was from a company I shall not name because I've already told my insurance company, they backed up and hit me. Hey, Skids, how's it going? How's it going? And so as when I was going forward, they were backing up and they scraped my car. So I call it like they scraped my car and I can buff it out. I called my insurance company just so it's not a big deal. I'm fully insured, but the problem is I have a spotless record as far as stuff like that, and I feel like a goof. And now I have a giant mancha on my car that's this wide and it's white. My car is black. My car is blacker than submarine paint. I wish Kilroy was here. My car is black. And so I have this giant white streak across my car now. I feel like such a doofus. Like, and I wasn't paying attention. It's this guy's fault, but I was not paying attention. Yay. If you get liquid starch and you mix it with Elmer's glue, you'll need to get the Elmer's glue for good. Of time you can you can silly putty. Oh, I didn't think about that. Yay, hello, skits. It is the Skunkmobile. Pam, I want to cry. Oh, I want to cry. I have smashed my impeccable record. I have smashed my impeccable driving record. I have a license in the state of California where I can legally drive a bus. Like, I don't know. I was tripping. So so now I have a giant white scratch on the bottom of my car. And it's all from being impatient. I have used potato starch once. Messy. The steam on the tape is good and will wash out. This might be a whole video. Starch versus Elmer's versus the tape. I might even have the tape. I have double-sided tape, but that's more for hanging stuff on the wall. All right, let's see. Yeah, so I got in a car accident. I'm a goof, and it was me being impatient with some other guy. And I already sent the video to my insurance company and everything. So it is what godless on my next video. And that's another I'm just being a crybaby because I can literally just take it up to the shop and buff it out in literally 10 seconds. But there is a scratch on my car. There is a scratch. I'm thinking about getting a new car. This is inspiring me to get a new car while I can. Before I crash that thing and it's worthless. Steam, a good seam is good. Oh, a seam is good. I'm glad everyone was all right. And that's another thing. It was on my son's side too. So it really just traumatized me, really. Because I'm an extremely no joke driver. So I just feel like a goof because I got in a car accident. And the funny thing is, I stopped and the guy kept going. That's why you need a dash cam. I don't care where you live, who you are, where you're from. You need a dash cam. I learned that from people in Russia when we had that massive meteor bombardment that hit the Earth. We have never had so much data ever, and it was all because we scientists have never had so much data, and it was all because of Russian dash cams. Or even other things. I've never washed anything out of Sequins, so I don't know about the glue. Oh, and that's another really dumb question I have. How washable are Sequins? Because I wear this when I skate, and this will get sweaty. All right. Yeah, godless bad driver is what we should call it. I'm so disappointed in myself. I think it's because hey Seraphim, how's it going? How's it going? If anyone wants to hop in, let me know. Seraphim, do or do you not work with customer service for vehicles? No? Am I wrong? I'm wrong. I sideswiped somebody who was backing up They were coming off an off ramp and I sideswiped somebody, but they took off. And so no matter what, it's their fault because they took off in a work truck. Yay. Hello, Seraphim. Hello. All right. Can you guys see that? You know what? It's shiny. It's doing what I want it to. It's completely covered up the gray, but the godless sewing is shiny. It shines like glitter because it's natural, just like me. So I'll take it. All right. I can already see a few places for improvement. Let me find my phone before it gets buried. Yay, I work in sales. Oh, okay. Big vehicles might not even big vehicle might not even know. First, I thought you worked in something in that field. They keep on trying to get me to sell my car. I got in a car accident yesterday, and so I'm gonna get rid of that thing. Oh, thank you. I'll highlight that when I just sat down. Thank you. I'll give you my chocolatey voice. Thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome to Godless Sewing. Awesome. So I have the G and the S are super glittery. Let's see if I could change the angle on this guy, huh? There we go. Little behind the scenes. You get to see all the mess in here. Godless rafters. Oh man, it's sequin mess on this table. All right, let me thread my needle, find some blue thread. I'm saying that facetiously because I probably have like 15 to 20 of these, and this is blue. I know exactly where I can find some navy thread. I use it for everything. Yay. Oh, thank you. You know the chocolatey voice works, Skits. Now I sound like I can see you, Dave. The chocolatey voice didn't know it was that kind of stream. It's early. And I keep on saying Elvis style. I'm not gonna go that long. I'm not. I'm the marathon man. I go for 5 hours. I'm starting to get a reputation, you know. Oh, I guess it is that kind of stream. Skits is here, so I guess it is. That's why I wear tigers. It makes me laugh. Between Siegfried and Roy and the Tiger King. You know what's so funny? I have a few Siegfried and Roy Las Vegas t-shirts. I have one really ratty one. I have a few that I've purchased in Las Vegas over the years. I look them up online and they are worth a lot of money. Of course it works. Gonna give that. Thank you. Next thing you know, you'll be making videos like Silver Fox. Who's Silver Fox? You know, I live in a cave. I didn't even come with notes today. I just remember Amber having to tell me to tone it down for her streams. I can't judge. You know what? If you want to come in, you can come and tone it up. I'm not controlling like that, and I'll tell you why. I come from a really large family of loud people, and like it's weird when you're saying something and someone's like, "Oh, you're too loud." You have obviously never sat in a room with extremely boisterous people. Oh, it's like I'm going on like 3 weeks and I have Boney M just stuck in my head. Red Fox is a hero of mine. There he is. Red Fox is always in this room. Red Fox is an absolute hero of mine. That sexy sewing video I sent you. She wasn't either. I meant the lack of shame. There's nothing wrong with that either. What's shame? What's yes, it does live in my head. It's because I watched a video of him in Italy and I had this weird revelation. I was sitting in there like, he is a man from I can't even start singing it, but ever since that's what sent me on my Sequins quest. I already have one, and besides the giant butterfly, this was the score of the day today in downtown. Come on, I might. This does the color scheme doesn't go, but I might put this on my other cape. I have officially gone sequins crazy. I've had that song in my head for a couple weeks. Thank you. This and in downtown LA they have a ton of these. They basically have every fancy car you could think of. I bought this just because the Jaguar made me laugh. I am not a BMW kind of guy or a Mercedes kind of guy. I'm a truck kind of guy. But it's more for it is shiny. Thank you, Joy. You'll look fabulous. I shot Cupid by Cell Cola in my head. Oh, thanks. By saying that, now I shot the sheriff in my head. That's much better than the same song for like 6 weeks in my head. Oh, okay. You know what? I'm gonna move my table. Do you know what's funny? The real MVP of today is the fact that all that fabric I bought was less than $24. Here's my phone. I have a friend who has a Mazda Miata. He's actually a Miata enthusiast. I'm gonna call him and ask him how tall he is. Bubba shot the jukebox. Ears perk up. Fabric. Oh, Joy, that's right. You missed my my fabric haul. Okay, let me go get it. This will take a second. I didn't get that much today, but I went a little nuts as always. Oh man, I always wonder why it's such a mess in here after my live streams. I'm a pack rat. I got this. This has horses on it, and this takes Alibaba and I back to our Neanderthal roots. This looks like a cave painting. I like it, and it's super sheer and shiny. Yay, Kilroy! I was wondering where you were. I told you went and bought more John. It's because I said I wasn't gonna go this weekend. So this brings me back to my caveman roots with horseshoes in tow. Oh, this is more awesome even the more I look at it. And today's theme is stretchy. But I'm finishing my cape too. Good to see you, Kilroy. Good to see you. Gosh, I tell the guy, I'm like, hey, brother, I only need 4 yards. 11. this, I don't know if anyone remembers my candy striper jacket I made. And if you have been watching me that long, you're awesome. And I like to thank everyone who's recently joined. But this is striped. And the other one I had had more of a red tint to it. This is red and white stripes. I'm gonna go off. I'm gonna make a turtleneck. I can't wait. And I got all of this for less than 24 bucks. And again, I told the guy, like, hey, brother, I need 4 yards, 10 yards. Yay, hello. That looks neat. Thank you. Godless is on a shiny kick. You know, Sewing Murphy. I like that. I really like that. Eddie Murphy was actually a hero of mine as a kid in many a ways. And I constantly talk about fake material in downtown Los Angeles. These are patterns for fake Fendi clutches. You can't see the design, but this is fake Fendi. It literally had, this is a knockoff of Fendi. Let me get in closer. So I finally got some knockoff material because I've been talking about it for so long. We need to go to that store. I'm telling you, Joy. I'm telling you. Like, I went crazy today. And yes, I know I go crazy every time. But I won't be going this weekend because I need to go do something else. And I used to live downtown. So going down there all the time is kind of weird. So unless I'm going to a Dodger game, I am not going downtown. But, you know, I reserve the right to not be quoted on that. Oh, right. Let's get some coffee going. Yay. I'm liking these prints. Thank you. Sewing all the time. So all I want to do is so now that's a song that you get stuck in. Now I have Party All the Time blasting in my head. I remember as a kid thinking, Eddie Murphy can sing. Oh, good times. Good times. Yay. They see me sewing. I like that. I like Yes, hashtag blame Phoenix. I don't know for what, but hashtag blame Phoenix. That's one of the cool things about this room is that I have hooks everywhere so I could hang something like my dramatic cape here and sew in place. Yay. Hi, Pam. Hello, Kilroy. Crisscross will make you so. Crisscross came back with some bangers in the late 90s. They came back with like legitimate songs. They had that one good album in the late 90s. I'm all about comebacks. You're right. This may take a second, but you're right. I'm glad that I chose to do this instead of use the machine. Because let's be real, you guys are tired of hearing that clack, 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 clack as I'm destroying my sewing machine on Sequins. Like literally fighting my sewing machine. This is why we can't hang with the prim and proper sewing people. We like the good music. YouTube it hates my taste in music. They're trying to copyright strike me. And honestly, if it wasn't for the shorts, but you know, I think they have a different license for shorts than they do for videos. Don't quote me on that because they're still trying to copyright strike me on some pre-records. And now all I just want to party all the time, stuck in my head. LA's traffic was not disappointing. That's yet another reason I'll need to be reminded to not go back. Oh. But and also, let's be real. I have everything I want right now from downtown. I have purchased I've purchased hundreds of yards. I have every patch known to man now. Shiny ones, non-shiny ones, things that I don't even know what they mean, but I bought them anyways. So I think I'm good for a little bit, and I need to start. I need to lock myself in here and just start sewing, and see what magic comes from that. Because like this is gonna be beautiful when it comes out. It's gonna be shiny, and I'm finally gonna be done with it. God, the sewing sequence sounds like an M1 Grand. Oh, good times. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, do you know Google? Do you know Google is hilarious? Today, Google stopped an argument. Well, it wasn't an argument because that would intend rank. You can argue with your equals. My son was telling me how he I wanted to go to Denny's. I wanted to go to Denny's so bad because I was craving nachos. And young Mr. Zilling was like, Denny's is gross. And I was like, oh, well, we live in an area where there's like literally a Denny's every mile and a half. Pick one. And then he grabs my phone. And our local IHOP used to close at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. They never changed their COVID rules. They were open from 5 in the morning till 2 for years. And then today we found out their hours have changed. So we ended up at IHOP, which I don't have beef with IHOP, but I like Denny's because it's more greasy spoon. And that's my greasy spoon excuse. And tomorrow we're eating healthy. It's kale and chicken. All right. I got my cross stitch right there. Perfect. That will never move now. I liked Murphy's "Put Your Mouth on Me." People gave me grief about that song though. You know what though? If you think about that whole era, a lot of those songs will get you in trouble. A lot of those songs. I still have a crush on Adina Howard. Alexa, how old is Adina Howard that sings the song "Freak Like Me"?
Freak Like Me by Adina Howard was released 28 years ago.
Oof. Alexa, 28 years ago that song came out. How old is Adina Howard? Alexa, how old is Adina Howard?
Adina Howard is 48 years old.
Hey, 48? That's young. 48? That's extremely young. This is going to look awesome when I'm done with it. I might have to get my stool in a minute because I am not tall. All right. I love how hidden it makes this though. 28 years ago. Yikes. Hey Mark, how's it going? How's it going? Don't you love how he has all the jackets with the patches hanging on display? I that's I'm not kidding. I get that from Tijuana shopkeepers or just like Mexican shopkeepers. Like if you go across the border, they will have all the stuff that they have on display. And it always entertained me. And so when I was putting this room together, I started bringing battle vests out here. And plus, I needed room because I have So much stuff in the middle bedroom. It's a mess. So I line up all my vests. Plus, I walk out here and it makes me feel like a superhero when I choose which vest I'm going to wear for the day. Yay, how's it going, Mark? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. I'm glad that you're around. I'm adding a G and a S in sequins on my cape. I cheated and went to downtown. I'm not going to go this weekend. And I am going to have a Saturday stream. And I keep on saying I'm not going to go that long. But we shall see. I can't believe. Do you know? So yesterday I got in a car accident, but really it was anxiety, not paying attention, and being impatient. So you should always pay attention. And now I have a giant white streak across my beautiful black Ford Flex. For anyone who doesn't know what a Ford Flex is, it's a giant toaster. It's a wannabe station wagon. It's my soccer mom car. I like it because you can put a 7-foot surfboard in it. And now I have a giant white streak across my car. All right. Yay, how's it going, Mark? Awesome. I'm going to take a break in a second because my thread is getting kind of low. But I want to finish this piece out because I want to remember where I finished, but I can always come from behind. Okay. This is a much better idea than just machine sewing it. Because although I am a blunt object, sometimes you have to be gentle with things. All right. I'm like, oh, I have to switch to the other angle. No, I don't. I'm already there. Oh, awesome. Reminds me of the Toyota Cube. I love my car. I'm okay. Just had my chemo mask made about an hour ago. I start chemo on the 25th, apparently. Oh, wow. That's like in a week or two, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Well, we'll be here on Monday waiting for you. That's two Mondays from now. Hopefully it works. Now I just have Can You Feel It by the Fat Boys blaring in my head. Today it came on the radio because I listened to the old school rap station, and while the song's on, I'm giving my son the entire rundown. Do you know in 1987 the Fat Boys performed for Ronald Reagan? I don't even know if it's true. It's probably not true. Let's look it up. But the Fat Boys were popular, and I loved the movie Disorderly, so I had to go off. And now I have the song stuck in my head because I was blasting it. And I know people were looking at me. They're like, oh, he's an old guy giving an education to his child. Well, I haven't heard of the Fat Boys for a long time. I have satellite radio in my car, and I put it on LL Cool J's Rock the Bell radio station, and it plays the old. Well, no, they're not oldies. See, here's my rule: if you can remember it, it's not an oldie. So they were playing the Fat Boys today, and it came on, and my son, like, he starts doing this, and I'm like, yeah, I know you like this song because this song is awesome. But I had to give him the tutorial of the movie Disorderlies and everything. Like, it just took me back to a different time. I absolutely loved that movie when I was a kid. And now I have Can You Feel It stuck in my head. Yay. All right, let me thread up another needle because I'm going to finish this cape. I'm not gonna go that long. I'm already an hour and a half in. Oh. My son is 14. He's 14 years old. And he we always joke because he was raised by me. He's 14 and he thinks he's my age. Like even today, he said something where I'm like, "You think you're an adult?" Dear all classic rock stations in my area, 90s is not classic rock. Sincerely, everybody. Oh, it drives me crazy. And you know what? The Fat Boys were from the late 80s, but I was there. I remember watching the movies, wearing the clothes. So it makes me mad that like it's on the classic station. Yeah, he's 14. He's a good kid. You know what? He is such a good kid. When I was 14, I was like those kids in Pinocchio, smoking cigars, drinking the beer with the triple X on the side. Like my kid he's all right. He's such a good kid. We'll be here for you, Alibaba. Yeah. But you know, I forget. Do you know sometimes online I'll see like someone will say the first time listening to Bohemian Rhapsody, and I'm like, what? What planet are you on? But I forget that there's a whole generation of people that didn't grow up on this. I always tell my son, he'll ask me, how do you know the words to all these songs? And I'll tell him, bro, we didn't have a choice back then. We bumped what was ever on the radio, or you could find from you that one friend who was underground. Agreed, Kilroy. Sometimes you want 90s rock and sometimes you want classic rock. Totally different vibe. I agree. I agree. Like the Mama and the Papas, but where's that line though? Because I still listen to the Doors and people call the Doors classic rock, and I love the Doors. Hey Mark. Sounds like you need your inhaler. It's been that kind of day. Do you know it is when you drive into downtown LA, there is so much smog that it almost blocks the building. I chose a bad day to go down. I'm not supposed to eat ice cream. I was cleaning out my freezer and I found some like triple chocolatey fudge something and I made ice cream soup. I couldn't breathe the next day. I'm like legitimately not supposed to eat certain items. It was worth it. It was worth it, especially for chocolate. At 14, I was playing with fireworks and blow torches and shooting my 22. Exactly. He's such a good kid. He for a 14-year-old, he is such a good kid. So I have no beef. The Doors are classic rock. Okay, I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to fight. I was obsessed with the Doors as a teenager. The ranch used to have a thrift store, and I was one of the people that got this thrifts through all the donations. Maybe that's what got me obsessed with thrift stores. But I had every Doors tape. I know kids tapes. I know I had every Doors tape I could put my hands on. So you could put on almost any Doors song and I will sing it from beginning to end. Chocolate. Chocolate is worth being unhealthy. Do you know the Pinheads? Let's look it up because I might. Oh, the Power of Love. Yeah. Are you talking about the song The Power of Love? Holy cow. Sorry, Back to the Future was that was like my movie. So I had a moment right now. I think it was a lot of cloud layer in Los Angeles today. It was muggy. But you know what? I really didn't notice it until I was leaving that I was like, huh, huh. But when I lived, I used to live on 3rd and Loma. That's literally within walking distance of downtown Los Angeles. For anyone keeping score, it's MacArthur Park. I got pneumonia so many times, it's not even funny. When I moved out of LA, I have not gotten pneumonia since. I like that song. I love that song. I love that, like that whole era, all of those songs. Back to the Future, that those were my movies. Those were my movies. You know what's funny? How many people have speakers in their house? How many people still have big speakers that they listen to music? I do, because I'm insane. And I have that soundboard hooked up to it. Welcome back, Alibaba. Welcome back. The only Power Love song I know are Huey Lewis and Celine Dion. Now I have that song blasting. The power of love. Maybe living where the air is sopping wet from the sea isn't great for health. It's the pollution too. What the soup of Los Angeles, it's not only the fog and the smog and the sea air, it's the particulates in the air from all the fires. When we get our great Santa Anas and our winds, it picks up all the crud in the air. I still haven't recently recovered from having pneumonia 5-6 months ago. Yeah, it's debilitating. When I lived in LA, it was just normal to me. And then when I lived in Arizona and Oregon, didn't get sick one time. Not one time. I have speakers, Polk audio. It's just I still rock out. I still put on Led Zeppelin and I still just sit there and rock out. Like, where I live, you can play music as loud as you want to from 10 to 10. So there's nothing illegal about it. Do you know I was even giving my son a speech today about Skilo, about that. I wish I was a little bit taller. I was like, well, on today's tour, this came out in 1994 and blah, blah, blah. we were going in on music today. I used to have JBLs, but they only poly ring next to the center of the. Oh, that's terrible. Do you know what? I inherited about 15 JBLs, so I keep really good condition of them. I actually only have 4 of them hooked up. The other ones are they're all either in storage or they're in my closet bedroom. The Santa Anas blow all the stuff back that normally gets blown away from offshore winds, and they blow in desert dust. Yeah, the air is gross. Says the guy who can't breathe. I love JBLs. They are so nice, well made. Absolutely. And these ones, they have some age on them and they hump. Oh, whoops. Oh no, I don't want to. Okay, good. I almost put WaterNade a timeout. That wasn't on purpose. I'm clicking buttons. I'm just clicking buttons. I don't know what I'm doing. I have a set of small JBL hooked up to my TV. That's awesome. That's awesome. I hooked up a bunch of I have this old surround sound that is no longer compatible with my television. In my living room, the TV told me that it is no longer compatible with my DVD player. And I'm like, are you serious? So I brought it out here and I now have surround sound in here twice. But it's a sad day that your TV is so technologically advanced that it tells you that your DVD player is no longer compatible. And it's because my DVD player no longer can get Netflix. Some contract somewhere that I didn't sign ran out, and now I had to bring it in here. But that was extremely courteous of my television to tell me that it's bougie. I have a LG sparkly TV with all the bells and whistles, and it literally talks to you. You have to turn that option off when you first buy it because it will start talking to you randomly. How can a TV no longer be compatible with a DVD player? It told me we no longer support this technology. We no longer support this technology. And Wadene, you know firsthand that my real name is Karen. So I called and they were like, yeah, we no longer have a contract with this specific brand. And so now it doesn't work on my TV. I've been like the JBL Alibaba. So yeah, now it doesn't it won't play nice. I'll when I go in the house, I'll have to look up to see what TV is. It's like some really technologically advanced TV, but it literally is nothing but trouble because it keeps on telling me I need this or I need that, and I'm like, I'm not buying anything for this stupid TV. So beware of the LG TV. With all the steroids I'm on to stop the brain swelling, I'm on to double to triple food portions. I'm stuffing my face as much as possible before chemo. It takes a toll. Oh, Mark, if you lived any closer, you know, I eat like a ninja turtle. You'd love my house. I eat lots of pizza. I have a big thing of donuts that I'm scarfing on right now. Do you know what's really funny? Because of my asthma, I have to take prednisone. I become a professional wrestler. I'm like breathing like and I'm just craving food, and it's insatiable. You'll know. One day I will come on here on prednisone and you will notice the difference. What? With how little I watch TV, my basic Sanyo I bought 5 years ago will probably last me the rest of my life. I'm so mad at that television. First, it took me a while to get online, and then when I did, it started telling me what to do. That's stupid. It's physically connected with a cord, dang it. Oh, I was so mad. But it's LG is bougie. It's a bougie brand. We would totally keep you feasting. Absolutely. That's why I told my son even today, I was like, man, we're in downtown LA. We can get some of the greasiest food on earth. What do you want? And he's like, I want a pancake house. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. The whole TV thing was dumb, but oh, Mark, I wish you lived closer. I'd hook you up. I'd take you to KFC and we'd go crazy. Oh, right. I used to actually I still whenever I get sick, I take this drug called prednisone, and it is a steroid. And it has me marching around here at 2 or 3 in the morning, literally marching. Oh, right. I'm so glad I finally decided to finish this project after all this time. And now that I semi know what I'm doing with the sequins, perfect. So, does anyone out there hand sew as much as I do? Like, I hand sew a lot. Yeah, Waterne, I ordered even more portions again today. I'm packing over 2 pounds a day so far, and the more the better. I and I'm not even being chatty when I say this. My mom was almost 400 pounds, and she lost 250 of it, or like 275 or something in that range from chemo. When she had breast cancer, she like I'm not kidding you. We call her Slim. That is her nickname now because she kept the weight off. That was 10 years ago. Gosh, has it really been that long? It's probably longer. But yeah, chemo is no joke. Chemo is no joke. There's something floating around here. Nope. If I can use the machine, I do. Oops, not yelling. You know, it's funny, Joy. I get stuck in caps all the time. Phew, Margot, you. Some things are better to sew by hand than finishing. You're right. That's why, like, when it comes to patches, I'm a purist. I'm old school. I'm like, no, you need to hand sew those patches, but every single person has different styles. Like, even I am subscribed to hundreds of sewists, and there are people who sew their patches on. I'm not that much of a purist. If it looks good, to me, it doesn't necessarily, depending on what it is. And you know what? A lot of the time, I'll take patches off. So it just depends on what you're sewing. Do they have you on any special dietary regimens? I've heard that keto is especially good for cancer patients while they aren't able to eat again. Also, cannabis. Oh, if you lived any closer, I would be like, Mark, here, drink this, eat this. You'd be really hungry. Of course, where I live, cannabis is legal, so please do not judge. Oh, right. Sometimes it helps. Buttons, patches, pockets, collars, cuffs. I agree. I can get medical weed. You should. My mom was the definition of a drug dog, anti Mary Jane, and she got cancer, and she was drinking tea with me, and I could notice the difference. All right. I think also on Saturday it's time to I'm gonna start. I'm gonna like get back into making tunics because I really want to step away from the Mimi G pattern because I am officially the jacket aficionado. I have all my blocks. I really don't even need to use the pattern anymore, but I've made so many coats. And with all this fabric I'm buying, there's so many other things that I could be making. And even with that fake Fendi I bought, I'm all inspired. I might combine it and make a shirt, a fake Fendi shirt. I'm gonna wear it too and dare someone to tell me it's not Fendi. Even though you can clearly see it's a knockoff if you stand really close. Yes, yes, that is a big part of sewing, I think, Alibaba. Knowing when to hand sew, when to use a special attachment, etc. I agree. I am a bit gun ho. That's my problem. I think also too, patience. As someone who's extremely impatient when it comes to certain things, sewing takes time, and if you do not take your time, it's going to come out looking terrible. I've learned that the hard way over and over and over. Every time I cut corners, I'm like, why did I do that? It's $290 a month, so it's cheaper just to buy it off the streets. My sister gets medical weed, and she'd send me some if needed. Yeah, I don't even spend that much. That's a lot. That actually is a lot of money. And that's the thing with it being legal here is that it drives the price down. So it's actually cheap. Even the good stuff is considerably cheap because the market is driven way, way down. And so because of that, um, it's way more affordable here. Ah, okay. Okay, good. I had a snag. Sometimes I use really long when I hand sew, I use a ton of thread. And if you do not pull it slowly, you can cause a lot of problems. Again, back to my whole patience thing, which sometimes I do not have. Did I hit a snag? Oh, there's a knot. Okay. Let me see if I can find it here. $290 a month. I want to do the math. I know I don't spend that much, near that much. That would make sense though if you want to regulate it. All right. There we go. Perfect. There we go. At Waternay, no. Sewing is just loading up a machine with a straight stitch and putting that pedal right to the floor. Now I have Radar Love stuck in my head. I've been high all night, my hand stuck on the wheel. That is, and I know Bart Simpson made it popular, but that is one of the greatest driving songs of all time. Oh, that's a mess of, I don't know what happened in that corner. I'm just gonna sew around it. Sewing machine is eye-hand coordination. You know, just today, young Mr. Sewing was like, I want to learn hand-eye coordination. So we went to Walmart and I got him a pack of tennis balls. And I was like, this Kimosabi will teach you hand-eye coordination, old school style. And it will. Oh, are we having a sewing disaster over here? Okay, there we go. Good. But hand-eye coordination is important. Oh, right. Now I have Radar Love stuck in my head. Radar Love. Doom, 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 doom. Whenever I used to take like long drives by myself, there was, there's a high probability you're going to hear Radar Love. But there's always that one DJ that's like, to all the people on the highway, I was that guy. So I love that song. I love Radar Love. Oh, come on, don't bunch up. Perfect. All right, this is slowly coming to shape. If you weren't juggling bean bags, they won't roll away. Then when you inevitably drop them. Radar Love. All right. Oh, this is gonna be awesome. This is the beginning of the godless sewing sequin empire, even though the other cape is even more shiny than this one. And while everyone's here, let's not forget what I made last time. I love this thing. You know what? If anything else in life, you need to amuse yourself, because if not, life's gonna be really boring. Now Radar Love is actually classic rock Kilroy. I'm gonna start crying. With black market prices, I'd be lucky to use $20 a month, and I'd be able to get away harder than normal to even use that. Australia has its free healthcare, but everything else is money. I totally get it. Do you know what happened is here in California is that when it got legalized, it drove the market down. And so people were no longer illegally requiring it. And because it was taxed, it really drove the price down, because shops sprout out everywhere. And because of capitalism, the price went way down. Now it's weirdly affordable no matter where you go. I still haven't decided what my professional wrestler name's going to be for this hat. All right, let me throw this piece through before I forget. I'm so distracted with my sequins over here. I gotta take this off. I can't sew with this thing on. Oh. I'm definitely gonna end Darth Glitterous. I forgot about that. I like Darth Glitterous. It also sounds like something else too. When someone's making fun of me, they can call me something else. But I like Darth Glitterous. That might be Darth Glitterous for the win. The problem with sequins is that these things are intricate. So I'm trying to not show too much of the gray underneath, but some of it is going to poke through. Perfect. We learned this from from Prohibition. Not sure why they're so surprised when the drug cartels popped up with the drug wars. All right. I heard something other than glitterous. That's why I said so. Darth Glitterous is for the win, but all my enemies are going to call me something else. And and friends too. But if you have that nickname, then people have unreal expectations on you. All right, I'm gonna stick this sewing sequence. There is a knot somewhere in my line, and I'm just gonna keep ripping it through until it breaks. But it's not. It's annoying, but it's slowly dwindling down, and I should be almost done with this. Oh, don't mess around with that too much. My mind lives in the gutter, so yeah. Whose mind doesn't at all times? Both of you are in the proper place, and I thank you for flying Godless Sewing Airline. I thank both of you. The government is doing its best to keep weed illegal. They had to pass medical weed, but you can't legally drive for 6 months or more after smoking medical weed. Oh, I would be trapped in my house. I would be walking to work. I would have a TP on the property. Yes, Kilroy, win for government and for the mobs. Oh wow. Oh wow. That's terrible. They're making money hand over fist here, Mark. They're making money hand over fist. Someone there was one time I was standing at the counter when they were switching the money out, and the guy literally his hand was smaller than mine, and he pulls out just these two giant wads of 20 and hundreds, and he's like, "Oh, this has only been the past couple hours." Weed helps my anxiety and insomnia, but I need my job and no jail time. Can't drive for 6 months? That's ridiculous and totally ignores the science. Thank you. Oh, Sarah. Well, Sarah, you live in one of those no nonsense states, you know. I live in hippy dippy California. Well, we still have hippy dippy people here. So it's legal everywhere, and weirdly in Las Vegas too. Las Vegas and Arizona are very similar but very different. It's a really weird thing. All right. Oh, this is gonna look awesome when I'm done with this. This is gonna look amazing. Okay. I need to move, I swear. I I want to move from my town, but that's just because where I live it's super conservative yuppie. And I no longer reflect the values of my town. It's not even anything personal. I'm from here and I want to move. Sometimes I regret moving back to my hometown, but my son had an awesome elementary school, so it made it worth it. I'm not against weed in general, but I know that I'd be one of those people who gets paranoid off of it, so I'm against it for me. They are here too. They are here too, but it's going straight to corrupt cops and judges' accounts, and of course government coffers. Of course. Coming to California, we have weed cookies. We literally do. We literally do. I had to stop eating those things because they were making me paranoid and fat at the same time. And that's not a good combo. See, Kilroy, I do not imbibe in edibles. I just get like what I call the low grade old man stuff. Because I always, especially when I like, there's someone new. Because most people at my dispensary know me, but like they'll be like, "Oh, you're like, you know, like this is like the hippie old man stuff," and I'm like, "Yeah, I have a job and I have to conduct a life. I can't be sitting on the couch eating ho hos all day. I wish I could, but I can't." Wonder if edible gummies have a best before date. Do you know what, Joy? I'm telling on my mom this evening. My mom eats gummies, and she's well into her 70s. And sometimes you have like they're so potent. You have to be careful. They are so, especially if you don't do this stuff every day. It hits you like a freight train. Edibles are no. I'm a bit. I'm a bit of Cheech and Chong wrapped into the same person, and even I had to back up off of edibles because they are no joke. And I used to eat them all the time, and I had an existential crisis and was like, I need to stop doing this. I've only had never smoked it. Wait, no, I had gummies. Best sleep I ever had. That is one thing. The really hardcore edibles they put me out, but it's like I'm like fighting it. You know, I bet the THC concentration would still be good, but the gelatin and the flavoring and colorings would go bad. That's true. Weed is not for me. My body doesn't even like. Wow. There is CBD everything here. I really didn't even know the difference until they sell CBD. I believe they sell it at Walmart. Somebody gave my mom Martha Stewart gummies, and she didn't want them, and they were really good. But you know, no medical or legal advice here in the House of Sewing. Just pirate sewing and really bad tips. And I'm literally sewing left-handed. Mm. Daughter gave me some, and it has been sitting here for a while. Last time I ate one was after I took my meds. That was a bad mistake. Laugh out loud. I agree, Joy. I agree. Like I said, I'm a bit of a professional when it comes to THC. I call it holding on to the couch. There are certain gummies I do not go near because it makes me feel like I'm moving while I'm sitting and I'm literally like need handlebars on my couch. I scared myself once at a casino. I've told that story 100 times. Edibles are not for me. But you know, some people can hang. I'm just one of those people where it destroys me. CBD didn't do jack shit for me. It is everywhere here. I'm telling you, I didn't even know what it was until 10 years into it. I'm like, I Googled it because I was like, how do I not know what this stuff is? But, you know, I puff, so I'm not looking for anything else except for what I do. Let's be real. I'm not looking for new habits. Oh, what did I knock down? Oh, let's see here. Certain gummies are legal in the US. I should go buy some more since my insomnia is kicking my butt. You know what? I bought some. I saw they just said like gummies at Walmart, and they worked. But the problem is, I like anything that has melatonin in it. It makes me feel groggy the next day. So I do not touch melatonin because it really gronks me out the next day where I'm just like I feel like I drank a beer or something, you know? So I really do not mess with melatonin anymore. Okay, I have to pay attention what angle I'm coming from. Do I have to come back around? Yes. Okay, good. I'd love. Well, in insomnia is the worst. Seraphim. Well, in Georgia, my yeah, Georgia is a no state. No fun, no frills. I'd love to sleep. I haven't had a proper night's sleep in over a week, thanks to the doctors not listening to me or even taking notice of the stuff that's been understood since before the Roman Empire. I know how you feel, Mark. I've had a condition my whole life. And when people tell me certain things, I'm like, no, that's not it. No, that's not it. Like, I don't suffer from that. That's the acute version. I have this, this, and this. I almost had to become my own doctor. Melatonin works for me a bit, that then does nothing. I use my sleep meds every night in the shelter, and my doc gave me only 15 every 90 days. Well, I couldn't imagine. I can't. I have problems sleeping. I have mega problems. But sometimes I think it's my diet. It's I drink coffee at midnight. But the problem is when I drink coffee, I start yawning. So I try not to blame Dr. Coffee. Oh, is that a high-speed chase I hear? You know what's so funny? I'll hear a bunch of helicopters, and I literally all I have to do is turn on the news, and it's hilarious when I see my house when somebody's trying to get away from the cops, because they always think that the freeway is endless and the cops are gonna run out of fuel or something. I tried that moon brew tea. It works really well for me. Makes me sleep more soundly, but I can still get up the next day. That's my problem. That's my problem. So gotta wait until we refill them. Oh, that's terrible, Sarah. Coffee doesn't do anything for me except for taste good. I've fallen asleep while drinking coffee. I feel like I have a chemical dependence on it. I think if I was to stop drinking coffee, I'm like a hummingbird. I might keel over. Coffee is medicinal for me. Oh man. That reminded me, I didn't bring my family cup downtown, so I was drinking bottles of water like I was pounding them like Stone Cold Steve Austin. All right, we'll do that. I'm trying to keep my stitches semi close. I could do this sloppy style and just throw the stitches on. But I'm trying to keep them semi close so it keeps the integrity of this thing. Perfect. Coffee calms me down. Do you know what? Do you know what's so funny? Me too. I told Waternay my joke, my meme joke, but it's true. Coffee, it allows me to catch myself in the morning. Like literally, like I'm drinking coffee and I'm like, all right, a few more sips and I'll be presentable. I call coffee personality in a cup. I was hoping it would help my headache today. No such luck. Yeah. Sometimes sometimes helps and other times makes it worse. I find coffee soothing too. Maybe it's the ritual of it. I agree. That for me it's the drinking and smoking part. It's totally ritualistic. I go in my backyard. It's this weird zen where I'm drinking coffee. I eat my breakfast in my backyard because I'm a yuppie. With the doctor's aversion to morphine, they've been using Valium as a crotch, so they're going to end up destroying Valium for me soon. It's frustrating because Valium properly used is very valuable. I knew someone who took so many antibiotics they're immune to it. And now when they get sick, they have to take like almost experimental drugs. You have to be careful becoming I'm slowly losing my voice. You have to be I should use my chocolatey voice. You have to be careful taking too much of any medicine. Any medicine. And I learned that from my Norwegian friend who was obsessed with penicillin. And now for the rest of her life, she can never take penicillin because she's immune to it. All this talk about coffee. Where's my cup? Oh, there it is. Beautiful. Oh, this is going to look awesome when I'm done. I'm only through the S, but that's okay. Oh. Sewing and yakking is so much better. That's scary. That is scary. I'm on tea now. If I have caffeine, I just want to have a smoke. Absolutely. You can't smoke? Oh. What kind of tea do you like, Mark? Oh. Perfect. Perfect. All right, let's take a quick break. We're only 2 hours in. I'm only going to go for 10 minutes tonight, said sewing an hour and a half ago. Oh. Oh. Awesome. Awesome. Well, I'm off. Have a great night, Alibaba. Have a great night. I'll be back on Saturday. Yay. Have a great night. Thanks for stopping by. I'll be back on Saturday doing the same old craziness. I'm going to go buy roosters, so I may or may not have a nice classic sewing machine. I always tell myself I'm not going to, but I feel like if I just tell the truth, I might avoid it. Instead of telling myself I'm not going to go downtown, and then I do. Yay. Have a great night, Alibaba. We're not, I'm not closing it out yet, Pam. But if you're taking off, have a great night. But I'm not, I'm just sitting down to drink some coffee real quick. Oh. I'm having just normal black tea. I have to go down several floors and stand in the gutter to have a smoke. Oh, I know what you're saying. Oh, and it's winter. Is it winter there right now? I will have to look into the moon brew tea. Oh. Oh man. All this talk about coffee has got me sitting here. Literally, my mouth is watering thinking about drinking my coffee. Tea is funny for me. Most Americans think of it as this ultra peaceful thing, but I've learned how to drink it from British shows. So it's just rocket fuel. Same. Do you know what's really funny, Kilroy? I cannot combine. Pam, if you were taking off, I hope you have a great night. I cannot combine coffee and tea. If I do, it makes me physically ill. So I know what you're saying. Like I have to pick one. Like if I'm gonna drink tea today, then I'm gonna drink tea all day. Yeah, have a great night, Ollie. Are you growing your beard back or just rocking the George Michael scruff? Um, I haven't decided. I have chin moments of like I need to free my chin. And the funny thing is my hair stopped growing everywhere on my head. I am bald back here. I'm bald all the way up to here. But for some reason, I'm still extremely hairy on my face. Yeah, have a great night, Pam. He does have the voice to imitate George Michael. Oh, don't even. I will start singing. If if you ever want to see me embarrass myself in karaoke, put on Faith. I'll go off. I'll sing the Limp Bizkit version and the George Michael version. I actually scared a bunch of people at a pub in Silver Lake one night because they thought I was going to sing the George Michael version, and I came out and I started up all slow. No, yeah, it is Limp Bizkit. And then I was like, gotta have faith. Oh man, I miss being in my 20s. That was a good night. I scared a bunch of people that night. A mocha latte would be great. Oh, that sounds amazing. Where's my phone? I have to take breaks every once in a while because it just gets muggy in here. I don't think I've ever seen you with hair. Uh-oh. Let me see if I can find the picture. It's in here somewhere. This is 1990. I won't admit what year, but this is literally my high school picture. That's me with a giant fro. The temperature is okay, but but not being able to sit to have a smoke is a big hard for a disabled person, especially with one with very little balance. I totally understand. He hasn't had hair since he was 5. Yeah, I was 5 in that picture. I was. Sing Faith for gotta have faith. I'll sing the Limp Bizkit version and not be able to speak tomorrow. We would always dress him up like Eazy-E and give him a real motherfucking G. I love that song. That's how you know you're from the suburbs, that you really love that song. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I was just big fro back then. That was in the 90s too. I brought it back. My hair, I told the story. My hair was so big, the guy had to back up. That's why you can see my whole chest. Because my hair, he looked at me. I walked in the room. He was like, really? Really? He was instantly annoyed when I walked in. He was instantly done with me. He was like, oh, come on. And I still remember that after all these years. Sounds harrowing. Absolutely. Absolutely, Mark. That does sound harrowing. Hands look so much. Yeah, he does. He does. I've filled out, but Hands and I are twins. It's weird. It's weird. When I look at him, I'm like, that's my face, man. That's my face. It is. Moon Brew tastes like black tea with maybe a small hint of orange. Okay. I'll try anything once. I'll try it. You saw my face when I can't even hide that one when you said orange, but I'll try anything once. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. That one, I'm over 40. They come screaming out as I'm singing Rah Rah Rasputin in my head still. All right. I want to try it. You should definitely try it. It's in my head too. I blame you. It's a good song. We hear nothing. We say politely. It's a great song. It's an absolute great song. All right, let's finish this cape. We're up on like 2:15. I'm probably gonna stop in like a half an hour ish, 45 minutes ish. All right. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Let me find where I left off. Oh, it would help if I get my phone. So, what's the next project that I? Oh, hold on. The Australian government has launched a full-scale attack on smokers. They've also launched a full-scale attack on the poor and disabled. What you know what they're doing is they're going after people that cost them money. It's ridiculous. And so what's happening is that everything is getting all political and stuff, and they're not helping the people that they should. These programs are in place literally to help people like that, to literally help the disenfranchised. All right. Perfect. That's terrible. I smoke a pipe, and every time I get a word of price increase on pipe tobacco, there's like, I'm like, holy effing shit. Yeah, yeah. How much is it if you don't mind me asking, Gilroy? Like the last time I bought a Captain Black pouch, the pouch was like $7 or $8. I am really curious. I smoked Captain Black for a very, very long time. Oh, that's an extreme price increase too. Ugh. That one's going straight in the garbage. So the one thing I like about having a ton of pins is that when a pin breaks, I don't even mess around with it. I chuck it just straight in the garbage. How much is pipe tobacco compared to cigarettes? Well, it was relatively speaking, it was cheaper back in the day, but I have not smoked in 6 or 7 years as far as nicotine goes, so I wouldn't know. Here in the US, the price has honestly held, maybe gone up 10 to 15%, but they've but they've held. In Australia, the prices increase are basically exponential. This cigar shop I go to get boxes for creating and gift wrapping. Oh, look at that. See, you can't even see it with the angling, but it looks beautiful. You know what? I'm gonna hold on for a second before I do that. I'm gonna be really quick. I'm gonna go grab a drink and come right back. Apologies, I had to get some sugar. It's over $50 for 25 grams of rolling tobacco. Wow. Thank you for distracting me from bad choices. That's what we're here for, Seraphim. That price is crazy, Mark. Absolutely crazy. Wow. All right, I'm gonna take a break because I'm not gonna sit here for another 2 hours while sewing that. I'll probably, you know what? I'll take a break and then just continue sewing it. Oh, awesome, awesome. Like I said, I'm not gonna go too long tonight. I've already okay. So every time I go live, um I'm not even gonna say it. Never mind. Never mind. Never smoked, but the prices are ridiculous. Oh, cigarettes are a scam compared to pipes and cigars. And I quit smoking cigarettes almost 10 years ago, and I smoked a pipe for a very long time before I quit smoking nicotine in general. The prices are crazy. That's what I thought, Kilroy. Cleaner delivery too, and it smells better. Plus, you can walk around. I miss that. People would tell me, my grandfather used to smoke that. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a time traveler. I'm a time traveler. And my friend smokes the cheapest, and they're 25 a carton. They're like, man, in California, the prices are crazy. Wow, last time I asked for a pack 20 was over. Last time asked a pack 20 was over $15. Um, Cigarettes are crazy expensive here. Cartons are like, I think they're almost like $100 here. Don't get me, like, I saw some guy buying them at the smoke shop and he was like 80 something bucks. And I'm like, and he was buying generics. Indubitably, Watson. Indubitably. This one I could not let go. This is a real tobacco pipe. I've had this for a very, very long time. I could not let this go. And I still smoke out of it, but I carry this in public with me because it's really durable. Like if you know how and where to buy, you can get a pouch, you can get a pound of pipe tobacco for 30, 50 bucks. And excuse me. Excuse me. And that will last you a while, even if you smoke like a chimney like me. I agree with you. I used to get the big cans. I'd order them from Louisiana. It's no secret now that I no longer imbibe in them. And they have no sales tax in Louisiana. So they would mail it to me with no tax. And because they're mailing it in the United States of America, it's not illegal. We keep mentioning Sherlock. It makes me want to watch the Cumberbatch Freeman one. And if you get really bored, there's a Matt Smith Doctor Who Sherlock crossover. I won't give it away, but it's hilarious. It's cerebral too. I like buying the cans too. You know what? The funny thing, like I miss that, but I had to quit smoking because I couldn't. Like nicotine was like slowly killing me, but yeah, I miss buying cans. We used to get them like 9 at a time so I would not run out. I used to go to Vegas with a can and I'd have a pouch in my pocket. Oh, I was so civilized back then. That sounds like a great distraction for after the stream. Absolutely. Oh yeah, you can mail tobacco anywhere as long as the place you're sending it to doesn't ban tobacco. Exactly. Because I used to always wonder about the legality of it, but basically, as long as cigarettes are legal where you live, they can mail it anywhere, even if it doesn't have a sales tax, and your state does. And my state does have a sales tax. Oh, that's hilarious. That's really weird. I have to check a glitch real quick. Sorry. That is not a glitch. Interesting. Okay. I have some nail wraps that have the wallpaper pattern from the TV show and the text from the stories. Awesome. So does Georgia. Ugh. It just depends on where you're getting it from, who you're getting it from, and what state you live in, really. Like, taxes are funny. Oregon has no sales tax. There's just certain states that do or do not accept it. You know what? I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. All right. So I finished that one side. What's the issue for you, Seraphim? PA does it too, but it's just standard sales tax. That's just 6%. You know, where I live, we get taxed for everything. So when I'm not being taxed, I'm shocked. I'm like, what is this sorcery? Because the truth is, no matter what it is, we get taxed for it here in California. So I've just come to accept it for what it is. And that's the problem with like inflation and price gouging. Something will go up and I'm just like, meh, it is what it is, because I'm so used to being price gouged already. So it doesn't make much of a difference. They come off too easily. I wouldn't know about nail wraps. I'm not a nail wrap kind of guy. Painting my nails would be useless because I'm constantly wearing gloves, or I work a hardcore job. Interesting, even with the top coat or base coat. Sorry, my computer was glitching out for a second. I had to figure out what the problem was. There was like all of a sudden a bunch of tabs open that I did not, and I figured out what it was. I'm having major problems with my editing software, and it's trying to fix itself, and it's not helping. I used to do my nails. X threw out my supplies, working on replacing things. One Halloween season, I painted little pumpkins on my nails. Oh, my new nail drill. Is that like a Makita grinder? Is that like all right. Now I just have the strangest song stuck in my head. Okay. Getting all the nail advice in the chat. So I am not kidding. I don't think I'm going to go downtown this weekend. Let's talk about it. I should go on a new adventure somewhere else. Where should I go? Should I go to Las Vegas? I haven't been there in a while. Should I go to Vegas and make some terrible decisions? I would say Palm Springs, but I used to go there all the time. Oh no, you were serious with your nail work, are you? Cosmetologist. No, just you don't have to be sorry for anything, Seraphim. No, just fixate on hobbies and take them to the extremes. I know how that is. All right. This is gonna look awesome when I'm done with it. I'm really glad that I chose to use the sequins for something besides my all the crazy stuff I've been doing lately. This is gonna look beautiful when I'm done with it. And it'll shine even more. Oh, perfect. Oh, beautiful. Perfect. So Joy, hold on, let me catch up with the chat. Before you said you were definitely not going. Now you're over probably not going. Do 3 Kilroys need to have a word with you? Yeah, I think so. Do it. Let's have a live stream vicariously through you. Let's live vicariously through you. Do a live from the fabric. How about a drive up the coast? Yeah, it's been a long time since I've done anything like that. I'm just so bored with everything. Maybe I need to drive to Michigan and go buy a bunch of sewing machines from Fred Sanford. And in a really weird way, I didn't know. I had no idea the angling was off. In a really weird way, a lot of those fabric stores do not allow videotaping. And the patch shop that I always go to, um, they have a no videotaping sign. I think there's some nefarious stuff going on in the back. Ugh. I don't know. Because I've been doing the same thing over and over and over, and I think it's time that I should take a break. That's one of the reasons I went today, because I only needed a few specific items, and I'm pretty much done with that for a while. And I wanted to go buy this really shiny material, but that blessed guy, I walked in and he didn't say a word to me, so I just walked out. Like, it makes me laugh. When like you're a capitalist but your principles are so high that you don't care about money, like, okay, I wanted to buy this really shiny material, almost like alien style, but life goes on. Other resident bad influences. I'm telling you, he needs to go to Vegas, buy a bunch of sewing machines from thrift stores there, make a huge 3-hour documentary about it, maybe even pitch it to KCET. I miss Hausner. There was a man who would go all around California. I miss that man. I miss that man. There was this man who would go all around California showing how beautiful it was. And there are certain places I went because of him. Because Hausner was the guy, like he knew. Certain roads that were forgotten. He reminded me that on Fort Tejon on the 5 freeway, that fort was built in the middle of the mountain during the Civil War, just to make sure the Spanish wouldn't go north. I could do that. I like the documentary. I like that. I like that idea. Seraphim is the bad angel on the shoulder. That works for me. Agree, Joy. Yes, go thrifting in Vegas. Hence Hyde, part of my name. It's been a while since I've gone thrifting in Vegas, too. It's been a long while. That's not a bad idea. I'm just bored with everything around here. I've conquered downtown. Like, what else is there to do? Maybe I'll just go back and join the debate me bro crowd since they make videos about me and beg for my attention. Kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not that bored. And I have custody of my kids. Kid. How about I miss thrifting. I miss the adventure of driving far, like really far away. I don't know Vegas was a thrifting mecca. Do you know, I'm gonna tell you, anywhere that is not your hometown. Like if you drive somewhere, that's why I started going to the valley. I started going all over the place because it wasn't necessarily my hometown and they had different things. And like for some reason in Chatsworth, California, they love to sew. And I always find sewing patterns and all kinds of stuff, you know. And I would have never known that if I didn't decide to go on the bougie side of town. So I think it is time to go exploring again. Or I could just sleep in. I haven't done that. Or should I go back to Ventura? That I haven't gone to Ventura in a very long time. I watch people thrifting. I like it on YouTube. I do too. I do too. I'm not a Chotsky guy though. I had to stop myself from buying Chotskys because I was obsessed with Chotskys. Okay. Let's see how this looks. Beautiful. Did I get it through? Oh, I did. I poked through the front of my cape, so I gotta start over. Oh, that's a bummer. That's okay. I'll rethread this. Not start over. I just need to rethread this. Total bummer. That's all right. I actually do a lot of thrifting. One of the um one of the main reasons I don't videotape a lot of this stuff is because I don't want to pull my $3,000 Canon camera out in front of people. They're in certain parts of town, and you know what? It looks really unsuspecting because it looks like an old school handy cam, but it's really technologically advanced, and I do not. Someone would get a judo chop if they tried to come after me with that thing. Start a sewing resort in Chatsworth. You could make so much money. Oh, your favorite thrift store closed down. That's awful. They had my size and really cute stuff. That's my problem. I always end up finding something. Watching other people thrift makes me feel like I'm missing out. Yeah, it makes me want to go do it too. There's an advantage to sewing with a single strand of thread. You can remove stitches, but the double thread is stronger. I double thread everything. Absolutely everything. Cute Paco clothes are hard to find in my area. Understandable. Totally understandable. I live in the land of silicone, so they think everybody's like a size 0. Everybody. Oh, right. Except for in downtown, they actually have even their mannequins are kind of bigger. It makes me laugh when mannequin has hips. I wonder when they started doing that. They're like, "Oh, we have to make those mannequins look like Americans." All right. The G is going by faster than the S. All right, let's see. Do you know at this point the crickets live here? I know you can't hear them. Well, if you can't, I can. And at certain times I just tune them out because they are everywhere. All right, so let's try to finish. We're at 2 hours, huh? 2:30. All right. I'll be done with this soon, hopefully. Let me find my other phone. Perfect. I hear my local crickets. Do you know what? It just drives me crazy because there's really nothing I can do about it. They rule. And because no matter what I do, they just there's just more and more and more of them. So like I always say, if you can't fight it, feature it. All right. So what I'm trying to not do is sew through the front of my cape. So I'm coming back around on this side. Hopefully, here, let me flop this over. Maybe if I flop that over, it'll help. Let me pin this. Maybe that'll help. I feed the little jerks to my sink. I have a house lizard that has he has a full job description and everything. Okay. So I'm gonna go back this way. Perfect. Perfect. Let me check one more thing. Okay, good. Who knew hand sewing sequins would take so long, huh? Is this why people use their machine for everything? I just feel like after the torture that I've given my sewing machine lately, it's time to give it a break for the amount of just utter and complete torture I've given that thing. All right. Perfect. Beautiful. The the sequin era has resurrected my love for my capes. It looks like a wizard cape. Well, I am kind of gray, so it fits. I call it my Confederate wedding dress jokingly because when I first made it, I was like, "Oh, wow, that's a little bit too much blue and gray." So I jokingly call this my Confederate wedding dress. But with the sequins GS, it's less of a Confederate wedding dress now. Oh, that got caught up on something. This thread, it's hard to tell with this thread because it's the exact same color as the sequin. So it's really easy to get lost. Okay, perfect. So I kind of overstroked. So all I'm going to do is come back across and make a cross because that's a little bit too much thread. But in the middle of it, I'm just going to pin it down and keep going. Perfect. I know a lot of people who would love it. Oh yeah, it does kind of give Confederacy vibes. I like how the sequins come out of the letters. Yeah, I don't know. The gray letters, like my cape was kind of drab. So I was like, you know what? I need to add some sequins to it. And this is something that I actually wear this thing. I skate in this. When I skydive, I'm gonna wear this. Kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. This is not tactical enough to skydive in. Okay. perfect. And like I said, I have a ton of projects that I haven't finished that need to be things that need to be improved, things that just need to flat out be finished, whatever it is. Uh, uh, oh, beautiful. All right. You can even bring it out of the sewing individual sequins on some of the stars. That's not a bad idea. That's a lot of work, but that's not a bad idea at all. I can definitely do that on the like on the front because it capes over and I pinned it in the front so I could ride with it. Because that's what I'm thinking about doing with my other sequin cape. But we'll see how it turns out. Perfect. You know, now that those letters came off easily when I cut them, I'm gonna make all kinds of crazy designs. Now that I know how to cut sequins perfectly, well, with a razor, it's not perfect. It's just literally cutting through them. Do I? Yes. Yes, Waternay. I do have a bedazzler. And I have, what's it called? Oh, and I have the ghetto version of it. It's called the Sparkler. So I have the bedazzler and the Sparkler. This is godless sewing, not godless bedazzling. I have both of them, but I have yet to use them. I have them more for wall hangers. And it really drives people crazy when they walk in here and they're like, "You have a no." It's called a shimmer and sparkle. They're like, "You have a shimmer and sparkle? Are you kidding me?" It's literally a toy sewing machine that puts rhinestones on things. Same with the bedazzler too. All right. Well, we're coming around. We almost have the G done. We don't discriminate crafts. Mine are more or less to have wall hangers just for conversation pieces. Plus, I have that infomercial in my head from back in the day. Why is it on infomercials they act like people can't do anything? Like humans are just the most useless people. All of a sudden, you forget how to scrub, you forget how to fill a tire, you forget how to use a pan. Infomercials are hilarious. Are you tired of walking? Try these things called shoes. All right. Oh, that one definitely got me. Oh, this is going to look great when it's finished, though. And it's not a project if you haven't bled on it. All fixed. All right. Do you know what's so sad? Which kind of made me laugh today when ouch, no blood on the craft soldier. When we turned the corner, because I came from North Main Street, so we go all the way around downtown, and then you turn a corner and you see the buildings. And my son looks at me and he's like, "Oh, that looks just like GTA." And I'm like, "Oh, kid, we got to get out more. We got to get out more." The GTA video game, their entire map, whichever I don't even know which one it was, but one of their maps was based on LA. If you don't bleed on it, it ain't yours. That's right. That is right. But it made me laugh how my son attributed down, and he's been there before, but he was like, "Oh, this reminds me of the video game." That's literally children's reference. And to be fair, the GTA map is downtown Los Angeles in this game. But it made me laugh that my son was attributing what he was seeing to a video game that copied what he was seeing. And even when we got into the LA tunnel, he's like, "Oh, this is in the video game." I'm like, "Yeah, because this tunnel was built during the Civil War." If you don't bleed on it, that's right. Okay. All right. This is slowly coming together. I might have to rethread one more time, but I'm almost done. Beautiful. And that's the beautiful thing about a live stream. We literally started out with nothing. We cut our shapes, and now we're almost done. Just have to finish the G part of this. I might have to rethread one more time. That's what I said when my old roommates were playing. All right. You know, I'm not the kind of person that could ever live in New York, but I started following this group of rollerbladers who skate New York at night. And it makes me want to go there and just do that. Just once. Just one time I want to go skate New York. All right, I'm going to cut this and rethread, and I'm almost done. Beautiful. I thought that we had to lick it to claim it. You know what's really funny? I'm kind of petty like that. My son and I will get in he'll be like, "Oh, but what about this or this?" And I'll cough on it, and he'll just look at me like, "You sicko." Where I'm from, if you cough on something, you claim it, especially in the COVID era. Okay. We're almost done with this. Oh. StreamYards is a step behind on the comments. We're almost done. I want to thank everybody who's made it through. Let's see how many subscribers I've lost. Oh, quite a few. I'd like to thank those people who left. We have exits on both sides. That's a la izquierda and derecha. All right. Okay. No, you got to lick it to stick it. I'm talking about stamps. Do you know what's really funny? I know it's a cliche in certain communities, but I used to collect stamps as a kid. I still have some really cool ones, actually. We didn't even say anything controversial. Sometimes I think, though, that it's one person trolling me because this happens. Like, I just think they have an army of sock accounts and they follow me around. That's I like, and I know who it is, but like, it's just weird. I am being stalked by people and it's weird. It's just weird. Not even the fun stalking. Not that kind of stream. Absolutely. Like, whoever sent me that brother PE 535, like, hey, thanks. You know what? I'll send me something on Twitter and I'll send you a link and I'll tell you a story one day. Not that song in my head. You gotta lick it before we kick it. That's a great song. That is a great song. Some people just live for the drama. So when they find out we just drink coffee, see, that's what it is too. Because like I'm this energetic guy, or they'll hear something bad about me and then they subscribe, and I'm sewing. And there's moments of this. You can hear my fans and my crickets. I've learned just to be myself. You can't do anything else. And I'm not here. Like, I love what we've built here. And if people don't want to stick around, that's okay. That's on them. That's the beauty of the choice of the internet. I'm almost done. An invitation to pester someone on Twitter? Yeah. I agree, though. This is a coffee drinking stream. That should be in my disclaimer. This is a coffee, chocolatey voice kind of stream. All right. The list is growing. And we don't discriminate against coffee either. We go for Folgers, U-Ban, any kind that, if it brews. I like that. Because that's literally what we're doing, Kilroy, is drinking coffee and taking names and making crazy stuff. Hey, you think I'm crazy now? I'm gonna put this cape on and go rollerblading through my neighborhood. Okay. But quite honestly, like my neighbors are used to me and I film in front of my house. So they're used to me walking out with crazy stuff on. Oh, right. I used my vintage Sunbeam A30 over the weekend. How did it go? Oh, perfect. Perfect. There we go. Only took me what, 3 hours? What are we at? Oh. All right. Just gonna finish the top of this G and I'm completely done. It was good as always. That's awesome. I always forget to read the top. All right. Now I always feel like somebody's watching me. Stuck in my head. Just stuck in my head. But of all the earworms, that's a great song. Even though it's a copyright strike song. YouTube comes after you for certain songs. And honestly, I don't even know where the middle ground of the middle road is anymore. All right, almost done. Perfect. Perfect. Some of the gray is still popping out, but that's all right. Like I always say, if you can't fight it, feature it. Perfect. All right, so I'm going to take my pens out, look for any mistakes that were made, but as I'm pulling the pens out, it is staying exactly where it should be, not moving an inch, which is a good thing. That's a good sign. That means the hand sewing worked. White lines. Thank you. That's a good song to get stuck in the skull. Oh, perfect. Do you know after all this time we're gonna get a reveal since everybody was patiently waiting. Okay. Perfect. Something like a phenomenon. Now I have that song stuck in my head. Go away. That's actually the station I listen to. Is the old, well, what's considered the old school station. I still do not know why that camera does not work. That is the strangest thing. All right. Where are we at? 3 hours. Hey, man, I took you guys on a 3-hour tour. I didn't even have to go full slapping people with my hat. There was no Gilligan here tonight. Oh, man. Oh, now I just have the Gilligan's Island song stuck in my head. I've been looking for a used copy of Moby Dick for the past 2 years. I could have just bought one new, but I think the thrill of the chase. I finally found it today. Printed in Great Britain in 1968. That's awesome, Kilroy. I have a copy of Moby Dick. One of the reasons I started rereading it is because I watched this thing on the Bible Code, and they took the Bible Code and they put it up against Moby Dick, and it made more sense with Moby Dick than it did the Bible Code. So I was like, you know what? I have that book. Great book. All right, let me put my cape on. Oh, that's beautiful. I need a hat. I think I know which one goes. White lines goes over. Okay, so I know the lighting is terrible, but picture this. It is now shiny. And that's beautiful. I completely covered up the gray. Now the godless sewing is shiny sequins. And now I have white lines stuck in my head. Let's see how that looks. Okay, that's perfect. Have you read and you have you used and rare have you read used and rare, Kilroy? The sequins look great. Thank you, Warren. Thank you. I forgot how much I love this stupid thing. But the godless sewing is nice and shiny. That was worth it. Maybe white sequins on some of the stars. What would you think if I lined it with white sequins? Because it's a flat color. It still looks great though. It feels good to completely cover that up. Thank you. Never heard of Waterning. I'll have to look them up. Liking it with sequence seems Uncomfortable. Lining it with sequins seems uncomfortable. Thank you. Thank you. Let me hang this thing back up. That was a ton of work. That was an absolute ton of work. Maybe stripes of some shiny fabric. You're right. You're right. It's amazing how much work that was, just cutting the pieces out and lining everything up. This definitely fits the godless sewing. Let me lift it up, me. This definitely fits. I like the way it came out. I like how it's shiny. This is more or less a conversation piece. And honestly, when I started out making these, I had no idea what I was doing. And this slowly started growing on me. And I love how this came out. I loved it. It was worth it. Everything that happened today, everything for as far as I had to drive, for all the crazy ideas I had today, this was worth it. Maybe stripes with some shiny fabric, white or silver sequins on some of the stars could be good. I like the idea of having them on the front. Applique work. I guarantee you I could probably find sequin, already made sequin stars the same size, because this is pretty. The star print is an extremely standard print. I mean, it's everywhere. Wow, look at that. How shiny that is. Awesome. I'm only going to go for an hour, he said. I'm only going to go for an hour. Best laid plans, huh? I don't know what I should make. On Saturday, I actually have quite a few things I want to make on Saturday. But I have to finish my video, and I'm getting way over ambitious. You always can. Well, you know. You always go full Elvis. You may as well change your name to Sewing Elvis. Do you know what's really funny? I bet I would get a surge of people just wondering who I was if I said that. Oh man. Now I have time to work on my video. I've been having major problems with my computer, with everything. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go live. Like I love what I do. I love meeting people. I love sewing on stream, and I'm not gonna stress out because my computer hates me. You may as well change your name to Sewing Elvis. Well, do you know I'm long-winded, so I can't just do things within an hour. Sometimes asking me how is dangerous because I like details. What? Oh, I know, I know. I'm almost there. I'm almost there too. I am almost at that point as well. Well, um, on Saturday, like I said, I'm probably not going to go downtown. I need a new adventure. Plus, I need to finish my pre-record. It is time, for me to finally finish my pre-record. I absolutely love hanging out with you guys. I have a great time. I enjoy myself. I might do another cleaning the closet Saturday. It's a mess. I'm the same way, Seraphim. I am the exact same way. Absolutely. You should stream where you take 20,000 milligrams of edibles and let the chips fall where they may. I would just say, oh man, a bunch of times. A bunch of times. I would take half of that and see what happens and freak out on YouTube. I almost cut my finger off on YouTube last week or on Monday. And if you go back and watch it, I was this close. If I had just pushed down, but you know, I didn't. And I'll have the scar for the rest of my life to prove it. You just got a smidge done before, but the tour was enjoyable. Exactly. So I think it's time for me to clean my closet out again. Now I'm sad that I can't type. I do that all the time. I'm the 2-finger type and I make so many mistakes. It's not even funny. Absolutely. I have quite a few of those. The sewing ones are just really funny stories. They're really, really good stories that I could tell. Oh, man. I think I think my bobbin's almost out. My bobbin's almost unwound. I'm getting to that point. I am attempting to finish my pre-record. I'm getting there. I'm there. It'll be out soon. But as more time goes on, it's probably gonna be Godless Sewing the movie because a lot has happened in a month. As far as sewing goes. Absolutely. I think we all need a good night's sleep. So, this one's definitely been interesting. Right now I'm working on my pre-record. I'm gonna have more shorts out. You know, godless sewing. And like I always say, for anyone who's watching this, if you've made it this far, you're awesome. And for everyone in the future, I thank you. And yes, I wear a cowboy hat. So I want to say good night to everybody. Thank you for showing up for my stream. Make it a couple of videos, then you don't. Well, everything I've been doing lately has been making up for the mayhem. YouTube's after my pre-records, you know, with all the drama and all the backbiting that's been going on. I'm just gonna live my life in peace and do what I always do, you know. Wait, me having to leave and sleep makes me not makes me not awesome usually. No, you're awesome. I need to get some sleep too. All right, so I will be back on Saturday. And eventually, before then, hopefully, I'll have a pre-record out with everything I've done in the past month. If you've made it this far, I thank you. I'll see you on the other side. I'll be back on Saturday. I hope everybody has a great night. So, like I always say, reinforce your seams, be yourself, and I will definitely see